Alright, good afternoon, everybody. Colin here with Techout. Today I'm going to be showing you my HomeKit setup, my Home Assistant setup rather, that works with HomeKit. I have it set up to all work together in here, and this is all being run on a cheap little Acer PC from Best Buy, working very well. I'll get into the specs for that when we get to that section of the Home Assistant install, but first off I just want to start off with all my integrations here, show you what everything is running and how it is connected. So we have we're running AdGuard Home, which is a add-on. We have the Alexa media player, so I can broadcast text-to-speech messages throughout the Alexas in the house for announcements, which I'll show you how that works in a minute. Just all the Apple TVs, Wemos, Dexcom. I can see my blood sugar on here. I can set that up as a card. All this different kind of stuff. This is just all what is connecting all the different devices in the house to Home Assistant. So that is all of that right there. I just wanted to get into that first just so you can see what is running. And then I'm going to go ahead and start off here with the different cards. So the overview tab is just going to be a bunch of different statuses. There's not much to control here. You can control a couple things, but mainly this is just going to be your dashboard to see overall statuses of different devices throughout the house. So we have the home alarm up here, which you can control right there. We have your looped video of the last motion event on the Ring doorbell. The Ring doorbell does not really do streaming to Home Assistant, at least not with what I'm using. It doesn't work very well. So it's just set up for loop video of the last motion event. And then down here is just status, like the last time it was the doorbell's ring. If there's motion, excuse me. And then the last motion event, when it was right there. And then we have a toggle right here. You can turn the porch light on or off. Announcements right here. I'll get into how these are set up in a minute once we get to that section, but you can tap these and it will play the message right here throughout the Alexas and the HomePods in the house. Right here we just have the door statuses for the contact sensors on the different doors, and you can click on these and see when they were open and closed last. And then right here we have the garage door. You can open and close the actual physical door there because it's the garage door opener, but mainly that's just a status to tell you whether it's open or closed. We have the weather here. These are all mushroom cards, by the way, and then the entity cards down here all show whether people are home or away. You can click on them and get a map of their location, which obviously I'm not going to do for obvious reasons. And then we have the thermostats right here. Rooms down here just kind of divide everything up into smaller sections. If you're using it on a mobile device, you can go to rooms and then click on the room you're in and see devices that pertain just to that room, and more devices have control over here. So there are those. Turn the TV on and off and all that kind of stuff with the Harmony remote. Control the Apple TV with this Apple TV image remote over here. The office actually shows the printer and the ink status and their printer status and that kind of stuff. And then the tablet view right here is going to be the dashboard that's going to be the default on large screen devices. So if you have the app on a tablet, you just default this to your default screen. That way when you start up the app, you have all the information right here. It gives you a little bit more, a few more pieces of information that you don't get in overview. And the reason I did that was just if you're on a phone, it's just more scrolling because it's up to down, up and down. So overview is a little bit smaller and just has the important information. Whereas this gives you like server stuff and UPS stuff and that kind of stuff. I'm going to add some more here as well to fill these blank spots, and I just have to add some more devices. So that is that. And then this is going to be all downstairs controls for tablets because I do plan on putting a Fire tablet down there, running that in full screen mode, just so you can have it like on a table or something like that. And then down here in settings, I just showed you guys the devices, but here are my automations and everything that runs. So with the Dexcom, I can have it announce things on my Alexa and my HomePod when my blood sugar's falling or drops below a certain amount. I just got a new Dexcom, so it is disabled right now just because it was a little wonky last night and I didn't want it to keep making announcements. So that's just turned off right now. You can announce when your phone battery's low, all that kind of stuff. Doorbell Notify just sends a notification through the app when the doorbell is ring. And porch on and off, for the porch light on there, it's just sun up to sundown, automatic on and off. And then notifications for the battery backup that's connected to Home Assistant. So it will send notifications when it goes on battery, when it gets to 75%, 50%, 15%, and then it will shut down once it hits 10% after sending a warning that it's shutting down. So that is all that. And then the scripts right here are different scripts for the announcements. So these, the come downstairs just plays on the stuff upstairs, and then this plays on stuff all over the house. So Alexa will actually make an announcement, and the HomePod will make an announcement via text to speech that dinner is ready. And there was one in here to send a notification, but I took that one out just so it didn't keep sending notifications to mobile devices. And then I have some scenes in here. Now, some of these scenes came over from what was already set up in Philips Hue. Like these that can't be edited right here are all Philips Hue scenes. And then these are custom ones down here, so I can control multiple devices at once. So that is the automations and scripts that I have set up right now. I am running some add-ons, so I do have AdGuard Home running in here, so it does do DNS ad blocking, file editors just to edit stuff in here. Glances, I'll show you that, and actually I'm not going to open that one because it has IP addresses and stuff like that in there. But that just is more of a monitoring tool for Home Assistant and the processes and system stats and stuff like that. Mosquito Broker is the MQTT broker for the Ring MQTT plugin right here. The network UPS tools is what connects the UPS via USB and broadcasts that to the plugin for that on the dashboard to see that card. And then we just have Terminal and SSH, which I leave disabled, but that's just if you ever needed to use Terminal to install something. I am running Hacks as well, which is the Home Assistant community store for a couple of things like Alexa Media Player, which allow for the text-to-speech via Alexa, and the Sync Lights custom integration, which allows you to connect your GE Sync Lights to this. And then front end right here, which is where I have that Apple TV remote card, the Harmony, actually I'm not using those, but the theme, the graphite theme I'm using, and the mushroom cards right here, which are the custom cards on the dashboard, are all installed through Hacks. And then like I said, we have AdGuard Home running right here. So it does DNS ad blocking. You can set up, predetermined filters in here, which is really nice. It does a really good job. A lot of websites that you have all those ads down the side no longer have ads on them. Unfortunately, you can't DNS ad block YouTube, but all that is there. And then system settings, you can do your backups and stuff and like that right there. We'll see the system stats here. You can see all the processes and not the processes, but the processor. So it's not really using too much. It's not too system intensive. So a little cheap PC is just fine for this. We have 1.3 out of 4 gigs of memory and 6% processor. Usually stays under 10%, so not too bad at all. But that is my Home Assistant setup right now, and I'm still adding stuff and still, learning how to customize the dashboard and stuff like that and customize it to my needs. But that's what I have right now, and that's my Home Assistant setup. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.